We're really excited to announce Logic Hop Gutenberg blocks. We have added support for the Gutenberg editor to Logic Hop. I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to get started with conditional statements and personalization using Gutenberg. So we have a query string condition. We're basically looking to see if the first name query string is not blank. So this means anytime this exists. We also have a goal called visit from a newsletter. So we could imagine that query string would be set coming from your email service provider. And all this goal really does is we store that as a goal, and we also increment the lead score by 10 when that's completed. In our page, we're using the Gutenberg editor. We'll see that's the title of the page. And then we have this call to action. We're super excited to announce Logic Hop blocks. And then we're also displaying the lead score. A quick tour of things here. This is the document settings. These are the block settings. I don't have a block selected. I select that, select this. And then if I come to this menu, we have plugins. And you'll see I've got the Logic Hop plugin settings. And this allows me to do things like increment lead scores and then also grab data variables. This is something that we're going to use in the editor. This is just our first pass at this with Gutenberg, so we're going to further make this a much better user experience. But this is where we're at for now. And I want to show you it's really easy to add a Logic Hop block. So let me start typing Logic Hop here, and we see that we have layout elements, which are Logic Hop conditions, and then we have widgets for goals and conditional goals. I'm going to just add a layout element, and this gives us a Logic Hop condition here. So what I can do is I can move this up. This allows me just to move it around on the page. You can also drag it. These Logic Hop condition blocks act as containers. So any Gutenberg element, you can just drag it inside of there. So what this actually says is this condition. If I select this and I go back to my block viewer here, I got this Logic Hop condition block, and this is going to say we can set it to be if the query string first name exists. Now we want to actually have this be when that query string does not exist. So you'll see that it updates and it just says Logic Hop condition not query string first name. So if I update this and I come and I view the page, we should see this all the time. Now if I come in and I add a first name, it should go away because we're doing that inverse. So if that does not exist. Now the cool thing about this is we can now just simply click duplicate, and we've got that duplicated. So when I want to come and change this, I can select that container again and say I'm going to just say this is display when met. So I want to personalize this and just put in hey, and then I want to add in the first name. So I can come to that Logic Hop palette, select this, and then I'm going to grab the query string. I'm just going to copy it from here and paste this in. And for now, I just need to type in first name. But again, this is just our first start with this. Hey, exclamation point. Super excited to announce Logic Hop blocks. So if I go ahead and update this, we can take a look at this in the preview panel, and you'll see we're super excited to announce Logic Hop blocks. And using our preview tool, we can see our two different. This is when it's not set, and this is when it's set. And then we'll also see that variable I can put in test. So just taking a look at this in our preview window with the preview tool. I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to come and reload this page. It says, hey Michael, super excited to announce Logic Hop blocks. And you'll see that I already have that query string up here. So just you could see that this would come from an email. This would be a great way to link somebody into the page and really give it some awesome personalization. If I get rid of that, we'll go back to that. So super easy to get this set up and going. Let me show you one other thing as well. Just quickly, I'm going to click down here to add a block, start typing Logic Hop, and I'm going to do Logic Hop goal. So that allows us just to add a goal in, and I can simply come in and select this, come here to the block, and this is going to be first visit from a newsletter, and that's going to increment our lead score up by 10. Now what's important to note about this is these widgets right now, they say not visible when published, so these just add functionality to the page. So if you wanted to have multiple goals when the page was set, you can do that. I go ahead and update this, and then I come in here, and there when the page loads, there I go, I get my lead score. We can also use those conditional lead scores as well. So where I have that, I can come in and say we're going to add another Logic Hop block, conditional goal, and what we can do is we can specify that that is going to have a goal from newsletter, but only when this condition is met. We can also do the inverse when that condition is not met. So you can really get some power going with this. You can start to really kind of customize and add a lot of functionality to the page. The other really cool thing I want to show you is that within these, we can add multiple elements. So I'm going to add in another block here, and let's add in columns. This is pretty cool. Layout elements, columns. This is still in beta from the WordPress crew, but I'm going to add an image. And let me grab one from the media library. Select that, and let's just make it small, 25%. And then this other panel here, I'm going to add in, I come in here and I'm going to add, let's see, product. And this is cool. This is from WooCommerce. So I can grab an individual product. I'm going to search, and I'm just using the default stuff. So sunglasses, done. So there we go. If I update this page, update the page, and that gives us our WooCommerce functionality. Super excited to announce Logic Hop Blocks. Now let's say this was a special offer for somebody who was coming from our newsletter, and we only wanted to show them products. There we go. Hey Michael, super excited to announce Logic Hop Blocks, and now we're displaying that image and these sunglasses here. We can go ahead and just click Add to Cart. So really powerful. The Logic Hop condition block acts as a container, and it can contain any element that you want, any other block put in there. A thing that's great about this also is if you want to reuse this on a bunch of different pages, you can just click Add to Reusable Blocks and give it a name and save it and reuse it anytime you go to another page. So let me add this and say Logic Hop test block. Click Save. So just more ways that we're just harnessing the power of Gutenberg to really leverage everything it has to offer. We're going to be working on this a lot more, adding a lot more functionality, but we're really excited about this, and we hope you are too. Let us know if you have any questions, or let us know what you want to see with Gutenberg.